the Rave Mini 18350 Squonker from Stimy Vapor and 67 Mods. Let's have a look. Hey guys, Vick here, back with another review. Today we are looking at this. This is the Rave Mini Squonk mod, 18350 Squonk mod from Stimy Vapor and 67 Mods. Designed in Europe and made in China. A full range of colours available for this. My good friend Mark Todd has reviewed this item already, and he covers the Ultim one. So if you want to have a look at that one, go and check out his review. I'll put a link in the description to that. What is it? It is a MOSFET powered single 18350 Squonker with a 4ml capacity bottle. 22mm is your maximum on top, and it's got like a click fet situation, so 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. Very clever, very cool indeed. What's the big thing with this? The big thing with this is the size. This is an insanely dinky, tiny Squonker. A little bit of a comparison. This is the top side jewel. The top side jewel versus the 67. Quite the difference. I quite like putting these two next to each other. So that is what this is. An 18350 4ml capacity Squonker. You can 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off, 22mm is on top, and 18350 batteries. Now I'm going to very quickly get into the battery situation. A completely different ball game to working with 18650 batteries. The two things to note on here with 18350 batteries is there are two worlds of 18350 batteries. There's the 18350 batteries that we used back in the day. Those were rubbish. They had very low amps, very low MAR, and they were awful. If you're going to get one of these mods, don't try and use your old rubbish 18350s with this mod. Get yourself a new 18350. They've come on a long way. The one I'm recommending is the Vapcell. The Vapcell 1100 MAR 10 amp battery. Now 10 amp is a stretch really. I wouldn't go as far as to stretch it to 10 amps, but these batteries are much improved on the batteries used back in the day. This is a very good battery. Me personally, my personal reading of these batteries and how they look, and I'll try if I can put a link to Mooch's 18350 bit on his ECF, but my reading of these really is 0.5 is really sort of your ideal limit of where you should go with these batteries. So you want to be building for this mod with these new age 18350 batteries. You want to be going about 0.5 as an absolute lowest. I'm currently using a mouth to lung RDA. I'm using the Creek RDA from Mizzou, and this is a 1 ohm build in here, and it's vaping away. Lovely stuff. Let's go down low so you can have a really good look at this, then we'll come back up top for pros and cons on this very interesting Squonker. Let's go. Okay guys, here we are down low with the Rave Mini. Comes in this really lit tin. Really cool that it comes in that. So that is that. This is it. This is how it looks with the Creek RDA on top. Creek RDA from Mizzou, very cool indeed. Mouth to lung RDA, so suits this device perfectly. So that's really cool. Really like the way it looks together. 22mm the RDA, and that is the biggest thing you can get in here. So don't forget all the way through this review, all the way through this down low section. It's tiny, this thing. Everything's so lovely in proportion, you forget, but it's actually minuscule. It's a minuscule thing, this. So bear that in mind. Take this off the top, you can have a look. Spring loaded 510. Spring loaded 510, 22mm wide. Happy days. So it's on a 5 click system. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it turns off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you are back on again. It's also a battery indicator. So green is good. Green is up to 3.6 volts, I believe. Then it goes blue and then it goes red when it's time to charge it, and it completely stops when it gets too low. I think 3.2, 3.3 volts. It tells you to stick it on the old charger, switch your batteries out, and all that good stuff. So that is the button. I have the black finish, but there's lots of colour options available. There's some stab ones as well, there's Ultim, all that good stuff. You got your little squidgy bottle in there, 4ml capacity. And the way you get it out, the way you're meant to get it out is by grabbing this thing here and pulling like this, like that, and that is how you get the bottle out. I've been using a refiller tool, attaching it to the 510, just makes it a bit easier, but you can get it out like this. It's a very, very clever bottle. Obviously, as you can see, it's tiny, it's 4ml capacity bottle, just so it fits nicely in the small design of the whole thing. And then you can just unscrew this here, all nicely knurled, this Ultim bit. But you can unscrew this, and you can see it's on a tube system. Very, very clever. Now this knobbly bit here, that goes into that knobbly bit there, so when you are pulling it out, you're pulling the whole thing out. There's no chance of pulling the bottle without the tube system, which is very clever. Yeah, so it's a really nice bottle system. It's very clever. It's bespoke to this device, and they've done a really nice job with that. It works tremendously well. Putting it back in, because it goes into this nobule, it goes back in very easy as well. There we go, very, very simple. Obviously I've made a mess because I still had juice in the bottle, but normally you wouldn't have that kind of issue. And it does squonk very, very effectively as well. So yeah, good bottle system, very clever, really like that. You've got your battery in here. Talked about batteries up top. The key thing really is just, in my opinion, I strongly recommend getting a modern 18350. So that is there. That is my 18350. Tiny little thing, positive side up, and you just screw it in like that. The other thing to show is these two screws. If you take these two screws out, the entire inner of the device can come out. So if you really want to give it a really good clean, you can take it out of the case. I'm not recommending that, but it's very clever the way they've done it to make it so it's completely removable. I really like that. Very, very cool indeed. And there it is. There it is. That's all there is to it. It's so smart and sleek and simple. No screen, no board, no charging port, anything like that. Just switch your batteries out and happy days. The finish has got a lovely texture on it. Kind of reminds me of the very original Vapor Sharks, if you remember those. Yeah, I've made a bit of a mess because I played with the bottle with juice in, but no, very, very cool indeed. I'm going to stick my RDA on and we will head back top. Let's go. Okay guys, that was the 67 Mods and Stimy Vapor Rave Mini Squonker. So cute, so dinky, so cool in my opinion. I love the way it's made. I love how small and dinky it is. It's so weirdly small. I thought it'd be really awkward in the hand, but it's actually really comfy. Your finger's still on the bottle and your thumb is still on the firer. Really, really cool. It's really nice as well, with it being 18350, that you have your battery life indicator on top as well. It tells you when to change your battery, because it's harder to sort of predict. You get more used to an 18650 feel, so it's really nice. It tells you when to sort your battery out as well. I love that I can turn it off, because this is such a pocket friendly mod. I love that I can turn it off, 5 clicks and put it in my pocket. If it didn't have that, it'd be less of a pocket friendly out and about device. So I really like that. We've talked about batteries, We've talked about 18350 batteries. I strongly recommend, if you're going to get this, get yourself some new 18350 batteries. I'm using the Vapcell 1100 mAh. I really like the battery, and they're so much better than the old 18350 batteries. I really got to stress that. The other thing that I would suggest you pop out and get as well is potentially one of these, a way to refill your squonk bottle. This was from modmaker.co.uk. Basically, what it is a bottle with a tube in and a 510 connection on top. And what you can do is you attach this to your squonker and you squeeze the juice in. The reason I say that, one slight drawback on this mod is the bottle, in terms of getting the bottle out of the device to refill it. I find it's much easier to use the refiller than actually pull it out. It does have this tab and you can pull it out. It does come out like that, see? Does come out, but I've found myself having a much better time using the refiller. You know, I think it's just handy, makes it super easy, less messing about and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's a slight thing there, slight negative in terms of it's a bit fiddly to get the bottle out. I've actually got the hang of getting it out a bit more now, but I still find it easier to use a refiller. So get yourself some new batteries, get yourself a refiller, and you'll be happy days. Beyond that, there aren't any real genuine negatives for this device. There are just things you need to be aware of. Obviously, battery life isn't going to be amazing. With this 1 ohm coil I've got in this Creek RDA, the battery life is actually really good, but battery life is not going to be anywhere near an 18650 device or anything like that. So be aware, you know, your battery life is compromised because you're using 18350. The other thing is RDAs and ATIs on top. Obviously, it's got this cup and it's a 22mm wide, so you can't put a 24mm or a 23mm or anything bigger than a 22 on here. Do bear that in mind as well. And again, because it's so dinky, because it's so small, it's only a 4mm capacity. Usually in a squonk bottle these days you'll get 6, 7, maybe even 10 sometimes mil capacity in your squonk bottle. This one only has 4mm capacity. Beyond that though, I love this device. I think it's so cool. I think it's, the things that have surprised me on it are how well it works. I love the board in here, the little clicky fet, switch fet thing in here. I love that it's got a battery indicator on it, 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. The actual, if you go and check out Mark Todd's video on this as well, Todd's e-cig reviews, he shows how you can completely take this apart with just by undoing these 2 screws. It's almost kind of modular inside, and again, that's really nice touch if you want to clean it or anything like that. Speaking of cleaning it, the actual board in here does have a coating on, so if you get any leaking or any juice in there, it's not going to go crazy, which is great as well. I just feel like it's so well put together, it's so well made, really nicely made. Super sturdy, super solid, and the other thing is it's pretty available as well. I'm going to put a link to the Facebook group in the description, but it is actually available in several shops. In previous times with 67 mod, you've had to go through to Facebook and things like that. There is actually several sites selling these mods, which is really cool as well. I think Steam Island in the UK has them, so that's really a nice touch as well. But I will put a link to the Facebook group. It's definitely worth getting on there. One of the reasons it's worth getting on there is there are strong rumours that they're going to do this style of mod, but a side-by-side device, so not a squonker, but one where your RTA goes in here. That would be an epic out and about mod that I'm really excited to hear about. That sounds really cool indeed. Speaking of other things you'll find on that Facebook group if you get involved in there, they do loads of different materials and things for this as well. There's an Ultim one, like I've said, Mark Todd has an Ultim one of these, but there's stab ones as well, and the stab ones look really cool, really classy, really nice. I think it's a great mod. If you are a mouth to lung squonker or a low wattage squonker in general, or you're really looking for a smaller out and about nice sort of fancy kit, you know, device, this is perfect. I'm really surprised that there aren't more mods like this, and that's always the sign of an exciting and interesting mod when you get it and you think, why haven't more people tried to do this? Is because it's a really cool idea. I've been having a lot of fun with this. It squonks very, very well. It's got this tube in, and the tube work just makes it squonk so well. It's really nice, soft silicon touch, and it squonks really well. It squonks really well. I thought the battery life was going to be a problem, but at this wattage, the battery life has not been a problem at all for me. I think it's really comfy. I think it's really cool. I'm really, really enjoying using it. I'm really, really impressed with it. I think it's great. They are widely available, like I've said. Get on the Facebook group to find the full list of vendors if you're not in the UK. I believe you're in the UK, you can get them from Steam Island. And keep your ear to the ground for the side-by-side version and the stab versions and all those things, because those are really cool as well. I think this is great. I think it's really, really good. Absolutely, I'm really, really enjoying everything about it. Everything about it I'm really, really enjoying. I think it's very well made, very well put together, not too affordable, not too expensive or anything like that. I think it's really cool, really trendy. I really like it. So that's that. This is the Rave Mini 18350 Squonker from 67 Mod and Stimy Vapor. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.